Are millions of Muslims in Indonesia becoming apostates and turning to Christianity? Or is it total bogus? This is the claim of some missionaries, but can we trust them?
This is Maryam. She is 16 years old, an Indonesian Muslim living with her parents and younger brother. In the next 15 seconds, she is going to leave Islam.
Christians have always been welcomed in Muslim countries, so it is no surprise that even in the country with the largest Muslim population in the world, some Christians are peacefully leaving and benefiting from religious freedom. Churches are not an uncommon sight in Indonesia, but it doesn't mean the Muslim population is turning away from Christ and embracing Paul. But for some reason, Christians have recently been claiming that up to 2 million Muslims are leaving Islam every year in Indonesia. All of them basing their claim on an obscure video published 12 years ago by a Muslim organization called Save Maryam.
MashaAllah, since the campaign went live just over a week ago, we've had over 1 million views across many different parts of social media, from YouTube to Facebook to our own website. And it's been a great pleasure having you engage the campaign and leave some great feedback.
First, it is clear for anyone aware of the numbers in 2024 that the estimation presented here is far off, to say the least, especially with Islam being today the largest growing religion in the world. But what is important to note is that even at the time of the video, Muslims have accused the producers of misrepresenting the numbers, which is understandable when you realize that the statistics were part of a fundraising strategy. While it is not for us to judge the intentions of our brothers in faith, especially without solid proof, we can at the very least say that Save Maryam's goal was to make an impact to reach their goals of countering Christian apologists and their over-the-top budget. Allahu Alam. Still, many Muslims were highly skeptical at the time the campaign was run, and the organizers even came out to clarify where the number came from.
Now, one of the issues, and I'm sure it's what you're thinking right now, is Azim, where did that 2 million figure come from? So I'd like to clarify that right now. That 2 million figure we arrived at from two pieces of research. The first thing was, I actually went to Indonesia. We had a team and we went out and did some ground research, engaging local people, local churches, local other faith institutions, and local Islamic organizations. We came to the conclusion that there's many people leaving Islam. The reality of Indonesia, a country with 18,000 islands, means it's very difficult to put an exact number to that. So the first thing is we were taken aback that this number is recognized to be very many. Second thing we did was desktop research. We looked at many policy papers and briefings written about the situation. Now, as you can imagine, there's many people interested in commenting on this. That's why you find numbers range from 1 million people a year to 3 million people a year. So as an organization, we decided to put forward that approximately 2 million people are leaving Islam. We identified an organization that indicated that was the figure too in certain parts of Indonesia. So that's where the number came from. I hope that's clear.
Still, this was nothing but a hilarious estimation, and many Muslims on the ground, including Indonesians, refuted it. An Indonesian Reddit user writes, "First, if there are truly millions of Indonesian Muslim converted to Christianity every year, I would assure you this would not have gone unnoticed by us Indonesian Muslims. There are about 175 million adult Indonesians, and the rate of 2 million conversions per year means that during the 12 years claimed by the campaign, there have been 24 million converts in the population. That means out of 7 adults are former Muslim that have converted to Christianity. For those who believe the campaign, are you seriously thinking that in such an entwined society, 1 out of 7 converts would have gone unnoticed? Contrary with the picture that the campaign paints, Islam is actually experiencing a huge revival in Indonesia. Furthermore, in a video titled Save Maryam's Lies Exposed, The entire claim is dismantled using the very reports the organization was citing at the time. We'll provide just a small clip from that video. Today, the Save Maryam initiative is giving no sign of activity. In the most recent publications, on the main Facebook page date from 2012, this reminds us that even with the best intentions, it is important to always provide truthful and accurate information to avoid falling to the level of Christian missionaries. But what's perhaps more shocking is that 12 years later, the same missionaries are clinging to bogus numbers. What does it say about their foundations when the best they can find is false, ancient information? And even the small success missionaries achieve with their ticks are being wiped out by pious Muslims and da'wah for the sake of Allah.
This is Masjid Isa al-Masih. This is the first masjid with that name in Indonesia. And this is what used to be the church. Now, alhamdulillah, it's a masjid. They had the symbols of shirk, the cross. What did you do with it?
I broke it.
You broke it? Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar. Shirk gone, Tawheed coming. Alhamdulillah, alhamdulillah. This entire area now, 90% Muslims. All the work of the missionaries gone, all that wasted. This is the place of Tawheed.
But let's look at real, recent numbers.
And for the first time ever, less than half the population of England and Wales describe themselves as Christian, down from 58.3% in 2011 to 46.2% last year, a drop of 5.5 million people.
The numbers are not looking good for Christianity in Britain, and the UK is far from being an exception in the Western world where churches are becoming immoral, abandoning Bible teachings left and right, and submitting to the new secular liberal order. It is clear that Europe seems to have forgotten its past and the religion it used to follow, and one must bury their head far in the sand to be oblivious to the clear, undeniable, and massively reported decline of Christianity. It seems that, with or without lies, Christianity dies.